Hi, Karen. I'm so happy to see you back in my home in Bend and happy Christmas week.
Woo! Katie, as always, it is wonderful to see your lovely face. Happy Christmas week. We are bare knuckling it across the finish line of the holiday season.
We
Yes.
really are. We are bare knuckling it. If y'all could hear our conversation before we hit record, yeah. If you are having any feelings about the holidays, friends, you're not alone.
You are not alone. And I was thinking this recently. Well, I was thinking maybe 2 days ago. I was driving to the grocery store and saw this like very sad Christmas decoration. Sad in the sense that like Rudolph had fallen over, so his little like inflatable like feet were in the air, and I was laughing so hard because I was like, "What? Something horrible is going on in that lawn." And once I realized what it is, I started laughing really hard, and then I started crying because I was like, "Oh my god, my brother would have thought that was so hilarious," and I would
Oh.
always see my brother at Christmas, right? So I'm crying on my way to the grocery store, and I'm like, "Merry fucking Christmas!" Like I just feel like, but it was very eye-opening to me. Also about like people talk about, oh, the holidays are hard for some people. Like we have all these euphemisms about like the holidays being hard for people. We're like very gentle about it, but that's what the fuck it means. It means
Mm-hmm.
like grief comes up. You think about all the people you don't see anymore at the holidays. Maybe your family fights during the holidays. Like that's what we mean.
Mm-hmm.
Part of
Yes.
it.
Totally. It's like, and the things that trigger those feelings are upside down Rudolphs on random lawns. It's so real. That's so real. I mean, that is deeply relatable. That Rudolph is, that's just, like, yeah, it's something for all of us.
He's just really, he's a metaphor.
The metaphor,
Ooh.
exactly. It's so real though. And it's like, I mean, I know that like the holidays are also a beautiful time for a lot of people, and that's beautiful. And I'm so happy for all of you. And also like and me. I mean, the holidays are a beautiful time for me, but it's just a lot of and. They're beautiful and they're lovely and they're not so great and like it's just there's an and in there that I think is important to make space for if that is your reality.
Mm. Thank you for that, Katie. That was a mic drop. That's exactly right. You can't have one without the other. And I feel like just American culture is just like wipe the bad stuff away.
Yes.
No, it's there.
Yes, it is there. And like I think it's just I think it's beautiful that you had that I mean I'm sad that you had that experience, and I think it's beautiful because you actually like embraced your feelings. You didn't push them away. And I think that the lack of pushing away is like the best thing that all of us can do for ourselves, honestly.
Yeah, 1,000%. No, thank you. I mean, did I buy two huge chocolate bars at the grocery store I wasn't intending to? Yes.
Yes. I mean, that sounds amazing. Like eating
Cashew butter is so good.
feelings is the best. Oh, cashew butter. Oh wait, are you
Yes.
talking about who chocolates?
Yeah. However you say, yeah, the HU
HU?
chocolate.
Yes.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know if it's who, ho, yeah, Hugh.
We're gonna call him Ho.
We're gonna call them hot chocolate. Okay, for people who don't know what we're talking about, if you go to like a Whole Foods and there's these small candy bars that are like they look very artisanal, like they like have like kind of a brown wrapping and it's matte, not glossy, and it also has like I've purchased a lot of Hoo Ho chocolate and like I'm obsessed with their sea salt and dark chocolate. Anyway, friends, it is everywhere. So don't worry if you're like, well, this isn't in my town. Yes, it is. Just go to your fanciest grocery store and you'll find it. It's really good.
And it also continues the theme of, and it's also like it's sugar free and it's, made with erythritol or whatever, all these gluten free, all these things, right? And there's a meme about like every independent food brand is like, when our child started shitting blood, we decided to start this. And of course, on the back, it's just like,
Oh
like
God.
we started tuxedo chocolates when, it was, there is some backstory on the back about like why they started the chocolate company.
Yes, totally. They're a brother and sister team. I've read the back of it so many times. They have pictures of their
I
of
know.
themselves. I know it's
Oh
great.
my
Anyway,
God.
not sponsored, but we could definitely take Hoo Ho chocolates, whatever the fuck it is. They could come on and tell us how to pronounce them. That would be great. Also, why is it called HU? I don't know.
Like
All the
human
questions.
chocolates. Oh God.
Oh,
Okay. Whew.
human chocolates. Is that what it is?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay. Well, that's a good idea too. I don't know. Anywho, so tangents are our best. Okay, this is the best idea for a
Oh
pod ever, especially at the end of the year.
God.
Friends, if you are listening to this the week of things or whatever week this is, I was just about to say Thanksgiving, I meant Christmas. We are going to be taking a couple weeks off for the holidays, so you can tune back in 2025. But before we do that, today's podcast is, as always, brought to you by the amazing brain of Karen Hawkins. And so go ahead, Karen.
Katie, I say this every time. You are my muse. Slash, thank you for being game. And okay, so we're combining two of my ideas, right? So we're
Yes.
gonna do year in review, because fuck you, 2024, and also talk about our Spotify Wrapped. And I feel like our well, I was thinking like so the pods Spotify Wrapped, and then our own Spotify Wrapped. If you want to get into it.
Yes, I have not been able to get to my own Spotify Wrapped, but I know it so well
Oh.
that there's no way that I don't know exactly what it is. So I'm happy to do my own organic Spotify Wrapped from my brain. So yes, here for it. Okay, so 2025 or whatever this year is, 2024 in review. It's been a year. I mean, really, really a year. I guess that's how I'll start. How about you, Karen?
Yeah, no, same. Same. Yeah, I feel like one of the many lessons of this year is that nothing is ever going to be all good or all bad.
Ooh, that's beautiful. What do you mean?
Like, I mean, I had some bad shit happen this year. I had some really rough things happen to me across multiple areas of my life, right?
Yes.
I had things unravel across multiple and yeah, bad news and all kinds of things across multiple areas of my life. And I also had some amazing things happen this year. Like once I hopefully like once in a lifetime bad things and then once in a lifetime great things. And so just holding that and just like really kind of writing out the really bad shit and the really great shit. And yeah. Oof.
That's beautiful that all of it can exist at the same time, sometimes simultaneously.
Correct.
It's like, how do you hold all the things? I thank you for explaining that. I think that's like, wow, that's so, I love how concise and articulate you are about like once in a lifetime bad shit and once in a lifetime good shit. And it's like yeah, I think we had very different experiences, but in that respect, what you're talking about, I totally resonate. It's like once in a lifetime bad shit. Lucy died, and it's like when your soulmate pet passes away, and yeah, I mean, I know that we're in that way. There are similarities in our lives. I think it's like, wow, that is so awful. And then once in a lifetime great stuff. I went to Morocco with my mom, and it's like
Mm.
that was honestly like highlight one of the highlights of my life. And so it's like, it's just yeah, it's a lot of things all at once. This year I would say for me was like very alive. Like, I mean, it was
Mm.
just very, or like a live wire or something. I don't know if I have the right word, which feels weird to say after the death of Lucy, but like I felt very much like Tyler has multiple times this year been like, I can't believe it's July already. I can't believe it's October already. I can't believe it's December. And I was like, no. I don't feel that at all. I'm like, I have felt every single millisecond of this year. Like yes, it is definitely whatever day today is, which is I think December 16th when we're recording this. Yeah, it's December 16th. Like, I don't know. I think I just feel like it's like sometimes years just go by so fast, or it's like, whatever happened to that? Oh my gosh, just no. just
Mm-mm.
no, no. Nothing was in a blink of the eye. Everything
Mm.
this year was felt, and a lot of it I'm grateful for because it was like, oh my God, like this is so great. I'm so glad I'm feeling this and like in this. And then some stuff was just like, wow, when can this end? Because I hate this feeling. And so, yeah, I will say that another thing that was amazing about this year is I think that like this year, I think every year, but like really this year, I really leaned on my people.
Mm.
And you are definitely in that
Mm.
category, Karen. So thank you, truly. And I think that my people really showed up like big time. And it was just like in moments when like I suffered from like very serious panic attacks for a period of time. And, I knew that I could tell people about it, even though I didn't do it in the moment, but like I knew that like people would be supportive of me after the fact. And, it's just I just think that there's so many great people in the world and I'm so grateful to have so many of them as my friends. And yeah, it's just I think I have a lot of gratitude going into the end of this year as well as like damn, that was a year. I don't know, that wasn't very articulate, but that's just that's what's coming up.
I feel like it was beautifully articulate. And of course, same. Yes, like yeah, you are in my like circle of like when I think about like who's holding me up through all these things, 1,000%. And it's so funny you say it that way. So at the 19th, my day job, we do this roundup every year of like our favorite things of the year.
Oh, that's fun.
It's really lovely. I mean, and it's just very fun. And Abby, my coworker, edits them. And my theme, my what I loved this year, spoiler alert, I mean, nobody reads this feature, but we all love it, is that I was reminded that I have guardian angels. That like, yeah,
Oh.
I'm not a religious person, but I feel like, yes, at every step of this year that sucked really bad, I had people around me who, yeah, were just guardian angels. And sometimes I could see it in the moment. And sometimes I had to look back and be like, oh shit, I don't know how I got through that without that person. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just, it's like beyond like the normal level of friendship. It's like,
Yes.
do you know what I mean? It's
Yes.
like that just like above and beyond something that's beyond like, oh my God, I'm so glad we had coffee.
Oh, totally. I love that guardian angels. That's so beautiful. When did that come to you, Karen? Like, was this a recent thing that came to you, or like, how did this come into your brain? That's such a beautiful concept.
Oh God, it's really funny actually. So picture it. I am in the throes of the end of my relationship, like literally in the middle of it. And
Oof.
I am going to my all staff retreat in New Orleans.
Oh.
So I am going to meet all 50 of my coworkers in in New Orleans as this is all happening. And I'm a mess. Like I look back and I'm like, oh my God, I June me was such a hot ass mess. Oh my God. And I get my I get to New Orleans and my luggage does not.
What?
Mhm.
No.
Oh yeah. And we had an opening night reception. So I'm in my plain clothes,
Oh.
right? And I'm just again, I'm a mess. And I had at the time had stopped really drinking. And so like, one and a half New Orleans cocktails in, I'm like out of my mind. And I get this notification from Southwest that my luggage, that they're going to send my luggage to my home address, not bring it to me at the hotel. And my coworker standing around me, not so gently snatched my phone. Vanessa, love my lovely sibling Vanessa, work sibling Vanessa, snatches my phone out of my hands, and her and two other coworkers get my luggage to the hotel.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is a level that I mean, that's amazing.
And that is how I came up with Guardian Angels. Like, holy shit, that week in New Orleans of like being out of my head and oversleeping and coming downstairs and having to get to the meeting and a coworker just magically appearing like, oh, just get in my Uber. Like that shit, I was like, oh
Oh.
man, yeah, it's real.
That's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Like, I love this visual of just Vanessa. Love you, Vanessa. Like, of just like taking your phone out of your hand. Like, nope, nope, not happening. Not today.
Mm-mm, not today.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I am seriously, if it was being sent back to you, you'd have had to wear your plain clothes for a full week.
Oh my God. It was like, or wear, the gift shop like t-shirts.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, there are other guardian angels, of course, in my life. Shout out to like my entire family. Really, like, ugh, I can't even get into it without crying. But like, yes, shout out to you, family. Whew.
Coming through. Yeah. It's true. It's so true. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I think all of us have guardian angels if we like really sit back and look, like we're like, wait, who is the person that's touching base with me? Who is the person that is like, that I want to reach out to in a moment like that, I'm having a hard time or I'm really excited. Like that's both. And yeah, where do I feel the most energy or who do I feel the most energy around? Like when I leave them versus going to a coffee with someone or whatever on the phone or whatever and just feeling like I have to crawl into a hole to like try to not be as depleted as I am right now. Not to say that I've ever felt that way, definitely have. Quite a bit. Oh my gosh. Okay, well this is awesome. I mean, I just feel like yeah, 24 was just it was a live wire. It was definitely like it came in
Mm.
hot. It came in real fucking hot. It was fiery all year long. Just no simmer for me. Yeah.
I also love that visual. You're right. I don't, what is the word? It was like just a like, yeah, just constant firecrackers. I don't know if you've ever lived in a neighborhood in Chicago where on the 4th of July, it's just
Oh
like
yeah.
nonstop. That's like what this year was like.
Yes. Yes, it was. It totally was. Yeah. I mean, I don't have the right word. I keep wanting to say vivacious, and that's the wrong word. It was not a vivacious year. That seems like, yeah, I know when I'm listening back to this while I'm at Christmas, or on Christmas, I'll be like, oh, here's the word. Anyway. Okay. So let's go to our Spotify Wrapped. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to do your personal one first, and then I'll do my personal one? Then we could do the pod.
Yes. All right. In the next 2 minutes.
Yes, in the next 2 minutes. Yes, in the we do. We need to wrap it. Wrap
I
it with the
mean,
Spotify Wrapped. Yes.
I
Go
don't really
ahead.
want to go to this meeting that's next. But so okay, I just no surprise to anyone, my top artist was Beyonce.
Amazing.
And I will just say that my top song, I was very surprised by Lunch by Billie Eilish. Like, I do love that
Ooh.
song. I did not realize how many times I played it this year. And the other thing I will say is that I love that the first song was like, Lunch, I could eat that girl for lunch. And the second was Jolene, which is like, bitch, get your eyes off my man. And I was like, okay, that's the energy of 2024. Like, I cannot tell you, we've talked about I name my journal entries song lyrics.
Yes, I love that.
And multiple days this year, I chose from Jolene, Your Peace Depends on How You Move.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, is that a lyric from Jolene? I didn't know that.
Yes, from Beyonce's Jolene, Your Peace Depends on How You Move, Jolene.
Ooh, I am looking I'm going to listen to that today.
It's my number two.
I love that. Okay, so my Spotify Wrapped is also not a surprise, even though I don't actually know it. I'm going to look it up and then I'll do a revision if it actually is different than this, but I don't think it is. Maggie Rogers, not a surprise. Went to Maggie Rogers concert in October in Portland. Amazing. Her song "Say It" is definitely my number one. I'm pretty sure I like went to that song, I don't know, 100 times, no, more than that. I can't even imagine how many times. Okay, so that is my Spotify Wrapped, and then I don't know what my second one would be, but for our podcast, drum roll listeners, I'm looking at our Spotify Wrapped right now, and one of the things we got a 10% increase in our followers, Karen. So that's very exciting. We're so
Wow.
hot. And then we okay, so our top episode, not a surprise, friends. Love all of our guests and our number one episode, which was streamed, get this, 215% more than your average episode.
Oh my God.
215% more
Oops.
was number 165, Food, Sexism, and Plastic Covered Couches with author Geraldine DeRuyter, who was amazing. Is it DeRuyter? DeRuyter?
De Reuter?
DeRuyter. I think you're right. I think it's DeRuyter. Okay, so friends, if you have not heard this episode, it actually is. I think it might have been one of my favorites as well. Like that was talking to Geraldine was incredible.
I know. And it was like we had known our whole lives.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, totally. Like Yeah, she was amazing. Okay, so 100 or 215% more. I will say, okay, so just to wrap this up, listeners ages 18 to 24 grew the most. They grew by
Oh.
100%. And so I was like, I don't know what that means. Maybe there's one now, or there's like more than that. So anyway, it was a good year for our podcast.
Yes, and I remember you sent this to me. So also, so our number two episode, of course, was with Tanya.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yes, was it the Facing the Fracture?
I think it was Facing the Fracture.
I
Yes.
think it's the episode where we talk about her book Facing the Fracture. If you have not read it, please, I mean, obviously you should.
Yes, obviously.
And I was also shocked that we were listened to in 8 countries this year.
Oh yeah. I was like, oh wait, are our US listeners just traveling to different countries and listening to us, or are we getting discovered?
Or are
I-
they bots? It's hard to know.
Ooh, yeah, it's hard to know. I'm not sure. Maybe next year we will also have the analytics for our YouTube channel.
Oh God. Oh, it's a wild adventure. This has been a wild adventure on YouTube.
Yes. Yes, friends, if you have not looked us up on YouTube, go to youtube.com and in the search bar, just type in Rebellious Magazine for Women and we will come right up. You will see our beautiful faces. And we're going to wrap this up though. Happy 2024 end and 2025 beginning. We love you all. It's been real, Karen.
Thank you, Katie. Happy New Year to you. Thank
Happy
you
New
so
Year to
much.
you. Yes. Happy New Year, everyone. We'll see you next year.